Presents, wrapping and tree and decorations and turkey and ham and for me and vegetarian and nut roast and wine and chocolate and panettone and lights and cinema and orange and green and red and bows and stars. As the year comes to an end, it's so easy to get caught up in all the Christmas celebrations, parties, and meeting friends, which is nice and I love. But what are you wrapping for yourself this Christmas? And I'm not talking about presents. You see, this year I learned a lesson that really changed my view on life. At the beginning of the year, I finished college, and a lot of times I felt very sad and sometimes even depressed. I felt like I was struggling to get a job, sending out hundreds of job applications and in most cases not even receiving a reply to let me know why I hadn't been selected for an interview. At the time, that brought me so much uncertainty and suffering, mainly because I live in a foreign country and my future in this country was highly dependent on landing a job with some very specific requirements. But fast forward to now, Christmas Eve, well, I'm recording this a bit late, so almost New Year's Eve, and I am working on a full-time job which I started just before my graduation ceremony, not so long ago. And now, looking back, I can see that in reality I was very fortunate to land a job so soon after finishing college. So the view that I had has changed so much, and I now realize that a lot of the suffering that I experienced at the beginning of the year came from my belief that landing a job in my situation was basically impossible. It also came from the very high judgment that I usually tend to hold upon myself, even from feeling less than the friends who finished college and were able to land a job before me. My perspective changed so much and so quickly as well, from hopelessness to joy and gratitude. And thinking about this, the most important lesson I learned this year was that I need to give myself time to allow things to unfold and happen in my life. My rhythm, my story is not the same pace as the others. This lesson is very handy actually to remind me not to compare myself with others. This lesson of giving myself time also helps me to be less judgmental of myself and to avoid burnout. It has helped me to have the courage to finally start a side project that I've been waiting to start and never seemed to find the right moment for it. You see, this channel, for example, I've been wanting to upload my videos here for a long time now, but I was never able to do it because I wasn't giving myself time. The time to grow and to learn. With the tendency that I have to be a little bit perfectionist, I wouldn't accept posting any video, even for my first video, if it wasn't 100% perfect in my own eyes. But the result of this is that I would work on scripts and ideas and invest a lot of my spare time in it. Sometimes almost all of my spare time in it, which sometimes led me to mental burnout, to be feeling so tired, and at the end of it all, the video was still not perfect, so I would just not even post it at all. But with learning to give myself time, I now understand more than I know. It's more about understanding that I can allow myself to do things that are not 100% perfect because I am giving myself the time to learn how to make it better. Learning to give myself time, I now accept that it's okay for me to spend time on rewinding, resting, or even on doing nothing if my mind and my body wants me to do so. So, as I look back on the roller coaster of events and feelings that happened in my life this year, I can now say that I know what I want to wrap as a present for myself and bring it with me for the next year. I want to bring with me to the next year the gift of giving myself time, the gift of allowing myself to live a peaceful and less stressful life by giving myself time, and just time in general for everything and anything that I can. But what about you? What are you wrapping as a gift to yourself this year to make sure that you will have it with you next year? Bye. I wish you all a very, very happy New Year's.
My baby just cares for me. My baby don't care for cars and races. My baby don't care for high tone places. Liz Taylor is not a style, and even Lana Turner's smile